Hello, everyone. Good morning. I think we shall start our session now. Very good morning to everyone. I'm actually in Spain right now. I'm having a technical trip with Datuk KE, Datuk Zaid from CIDB right now in Spain. So it's very, very early for me. I hope everyone is doing okay today. I would like to welcome you all for today's exciting and insightful webinar on leveraging BIM with cost data. I would like to introduce myself. I'm the moderator for today's webinar. I'm TS Edna Safawi. I'm from BCISM Sendirian Berhad. Later, Akim will explain a bit who is BCISM. Okay, today's session is actually organized by PCSS, the project management specialist, and is designed to provide a valuable insight into the building information modeling or BIM can be integrated with cost data to enhance project management and decision-making processes in the construction industry. Okay, let me introduce a bit who is PCSS. So PCSS is a premier project management solution provider focused on enhancing organizational profits through the implementation of industry-leading practices with expertise spanning from the project management office, PMOs, software training, integration planning, and team management, and also to ensure the client to achieve sustained success in project delivery. They are backed by over 35 years of collective experience in project controls, and they also offer specialized solutions that elevate capabilities and maintain a competitive advantage. As a one-stop shop, PCSS is committed to meeting diverse project management needs. Moreover, they are specialized in digital construction, covering BIM, 4D simulation, optimization of tools such as drones, AR, VR, to name a few, to emphasize their dedication to staying technologically advanced and providing innovative solution for the digital transformation of construction industry in the region. Okay, for today's agenda lineup, we have our guest speaker here, Encik Ahmad Hakim, the cost data analyst manager at BCISM. He's my colleague. Will be sharing his knowledge and experience with us. Akim will cover a topic of strategies for leveraging BIM with the cost data in your project. Before we begin, let me walk you through a few housekeeping details to ensure smooth and engaging webinar for everyone. So first and foremost, this session is being recorded, and make sure that all your microphone is on mute. And if you have any questions, please use the chat box to give us your question at any time during the presentation. So this presentation will take approximately 2 hours or less. And towards at the end of the session, we will go through some of the questions from the audience. And also we have a short quiz session. Yeah, it's some interactive for everyone for today morning, and there'll be a surprise gift as well. So I would like to before anything, I would like to take this opportunity to extend our gratitude on behalf of BCISM to our supporters, APTT, SMA, for their invaluable support in making this event possible. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Ahmad Akim, in the has been in the field for cost data analysis for more than 5 years. With experience in the construction industry, please join me in welcoming Mr. Ahmad Akim. Without further ado, Akim, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Technologist Edna, sorry for the introduction. So, yeah, hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good morning to everyone. So, I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Ahmad Hakim, and I'm from BCISM. And thank you for your time in joining our webinar today about the leveraging the BIM with the cost data. And before I start, I want to express my gratitude for the opportunity to share about the cost data and BIM. So first, let me share my screen first. Okay. So for today's webinar, I will be covering several areas in my presentation as shown. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the introduction and a bit on the 5D BIM. What are the main elements in the 5D BIM in detail, and on the cost data, and some introduction on the N3C case study and so on. So, and then I will briefly expand on the challenges, and after that I will proceed with how we can utilize the 5D BIM, and lastly, what are in the future and the summary. And I will try to make it as short as possible. So for the introduction, ladies and gentlemen, Building Information Modeling, or BIM, is a platform where every detail of the construction project from start until the completion is captured in the 3D model. So it is a platform where every stakeholder, from architect to engineer, from contractor to client, can access, understand, and contribute to a living database of the project information. So BIM is not just the upgrade version to the previous computer-aided design solution. It add the intelligent data and enable the multi-dimensional modeling, and the element of time, cost, sustainability, and facility management, referring to the 4D BIM, 5D BIM, 6D BIM, and 7D BIM. So they are the dimension that we can visualize, simulate, and analyze to make a better decision and can improve our project. And the arrival of the 5D BIM has mostly transformed the construction industry by integrating the cost data with the 3D model. And in Malaysia, CIDB, or the Construction Industry Development Board, has recognized BIM as one of the 12 key technologies in the Construction 4.0 strategic plan. So this BIM technology expected to significantly transform the construction industry. And do you know that the first case of BIM in practice, we can trace back to the 1970 actually, and it was first introduced to the Malaysian construction industry in 2007. And yeah, 5D BIM is not just about the fancy 3D model, it's about the cost estimation, scheduling, and overall project management. And it's make our life easier and our project more successful. So this is the main element in the 5D BIM that I can share with you guys. So we will try to go one by one briefly, and we go to the first one, which is the 3D geometry. So the core of the 5D BIM is the 3D geometry. Think of it as we creating the visual model of our building. So like I said, this is not just a fancy 3D model. It's it is a detailed model, comprehensive representation that are used for visualization, analysis, and simulation. So imagine that we able to walk through our building before a single brick is being laid out. So it's, for me, it's pretty cool. So why is the 3D geometry is so powerful? Because it will allow us to visually present the complex idea. So have you ever tried explaining the complex design over the phone call? So it's very difficult, right? So it's like we try to describing certain color to someone who never seen it. So with the 3D model, everyone can see the same picture. It also great for simulating the various scenario and detecting the potential conflicts before they become costly mistake. So one of the best part of the 3D geometry in BIM is it can enhance communication and collaboration. So imagine that all the architect, engineer, QS, contractor looking at the same detailed model. So it's like everyone being on the same page of the complex book rather than each of us reading the different translation. So I'm sure that this will lead to a right and better decision making and can reduce misunderstanding. So like I said, 5D BIM is where we integrate the cost and time dimension into the 3D model. Or in other words, we can say that we adding the layer of data that not just show what our building will look like, but also how much it will cost and how long it will take to build. So the next one is the cost database. So we start with the 3D model, which give us the project geometry. And then we add the time dimension and finally the cost dimension for the 5D BIM. So one of the critical component of the 5D BIM is the cost database. So this database include the detailed information on the construction costs, such as the material, machinery, equipment, and labor costs, and so on. So it like we having the financial encyclopedia for our project. So the cost data is usually linked in the 5D BIM, usually linked with the BQ, bill of the quantity, and it should be updated in the real time. So imagine that we able to adjust our project budget instantly as the changes occur. So it's like a magic, right? So it also means that we can track our cost performance and generate various cost report. So one of the standout benefit of the 5D BIM is the ability to evaluate the cost in the real time. So this means that any changes in the design or during the construction can be immediately reflected in the project cost and schedule. And this is also important and crucial for us to identify the cost overrun and the cost under spending. And yeah, it can help us to take the corrective action and yeah, no more surprise at the end of the project. And cost data is actually not something new to the industry. Some had already had their own set of database that are ready to deploy whenever there are new project coming. But for some company, they still need to get the quotation from the supplier, searching for the past project for the reference and so much more. But still, with all this, we can never see the actual market view of the construction cost because the information that we had is only based on our individual projects. So our decision is still based on our own experience and we can never learn our competitor pricing and all of that. So now, as we've been discussing about the 5D BIM and the cost database, allow me to introduce the tool or something that can help to level out our cost management. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a little bit on the BCISM and the entry portal. So a brief introduction on the BCISM or Building Cost Information Services Malaysia. So BCISM is established by the collaborative effort between the CIDB and Royal Institution of Surveyor Malaysia, RISM. So it has been entrusted to operate the N3C portal, which later I will introduce to you guys, and to manage the My Season program on behalf of the CIDB. So what are the main scope of work or services of the BCISM? So the main service is we collect, combine, analyze, modeling, and interpreting the cost information on the construction industry. So yeah, now let's go deep into the N3C and what it's all about. So first of all, I would like to explain why N3C or National Construction Cost Center is established. So this is important for us to understand this first. So the N3C is actually the key initiative undertaken by the CIDB to fulfill one of their act, which is Act 520, which is to provide the consultancy and advisory services to the construction industry and to initiate and maintain the construction industry information system. So the N3C is actually the online platform that provide comprehensive information on the construction costs. So which in the N3C, it share up-to-date pricing and indices so that it can helps you to ease your business planning and estimating. And we can use the N3C idea to pitching the idea with the client, making the preliminary budget on the construction project, or we can use it to negotiate with the supplier for the better pricing. And of course, we can use it in the future for the BIM purposes. So N3C is now constantly innovating and exploring ways to improve the offering and contribution to the industry. So everyone, N3C aim to make the data transparency and competitive price available to all the industry players. So when the competitive price is accessible, the competitor themselves can make their own price comparison, and they can get a clearer understanding on their relative market value. And we also need to acknowledge how important it is to have the information for the reference purposes. So the reliable data and information are very helpful in making the right decision, especially in the business planning. And through the evidence-based decision, we can ensure that the construction industry become more dynamic, productive, and efficient. So let me ask you a question. How do you normally make the estimate for the new project? So for me, to put it simple, we generally refer to our previous project to make the decision on the new or on the upcoming project. So this is not something new to the industry. We always been doing this method for years. So the only key difference that N3C come to play is to enlarge your historical data project. So instead of having your own data at the office, now you can access the whole data from all over the Malaysia, so that not just you can make a better judgment, but also you can be very competitive even with the big firm in the industry. So this is the interface in the entrance portal. So since 2016, more than 1 million data uploaded into the N3C and more than 100,000 visitors. Okay, now I will explain the main product of the N3C, starting with the main one, which is the raw cost data. So the first product is the building material price, which we update it monthly. And then we have the labor wage rate, which updated twice a year. And finally, the machinery hire rate and equipment purchase price, which also updated twice a year. So we have a collection of this data back to 2012 until the latest one. So, and then let's say you do not need all the three data group that we provided, and you want to use your own in-house data. So no need to worry, this is where the cost indexes come in. So with the right formula, you can use our cost indices to update your old data to the latest one. And with this feature, you can estimate the price variation of your whole project to any given date that you want. So the cost indices that are available in the entry C consists of material cost index, labor cost index, machinery and equipment cost index, the building cost index, and tender price index. So the update frequency of each data is according to their respective cost data. And other than that, I also want to share that we also created the cost benchmarking report to help you to make the strategic decision and drive the continuous improvement in your construction project. So benchmarking is actually the process of comparing your project performance with the similar project. So this comparison can help to identify the area where you can improve and make the strategic decision. So in the benchmarking cost report, first what you do is you just submit your project detail to us, and then we will use the elemental cost analysis ECA to produce the cost per meter square. For example, like you are working on the new office building. So by submitting your office project detail to us, we can compare your cost with 5 other similar office building. So this can ensure your cost is effective and under budget. So it also important to know that all the information that you provide is confidential. So we will not publish any of your data without your consent. So this is to ensure that your competitive advantage is remain protected. So the ECA is used to break down the cost and to compare the cost. So we will update the cost to reflect what are the current times and location, and making the comparison as relevant as possible. So next, now we go back to the main element of the 5D BIM. So the next one is the quantity takeoff. So quantity takeoff is a process of calculating and extracting the quantities of material needed for the construction project. So 5D BIM automate the quantification of component like the slab, the beam, column, wall, and so on. So this means that all the calculations are based on the exact parameter of each element, and it is very detailed. So imagine that we able to extract all the necessary quantity with just a few clicks. So no more manual measurement. So the advantage of automated quantity extraction in the 5D BIM is many, and specialized software such as the COSX, the site, make the process efficient and less prone to the human error. So this tool usually have the feature to automatically generate the BQ, bit of the quantity, listing all the material, the labor, machinery needed, and so on. And with the 5D BIM also, the process is not only faster, but also more accurate. So this is beneficial for the large scale project with the extensive material requirement. And by reducing the manual process and minimizing the error, we can save time and money. And one of the standout feature of the 5D BIM is its dynamic updating capability. So any changes in the design are immediately reflected in the quantity takeoff. So this will help the stakeholder to understand the financial implication of the design choices. And the 5D BIM tools also can produce the detailed report with the financial metric, providing the transparent overview of the project financial health at any stage. So who don't want that kind of insight, right? So the next one is the cost estimation. So the cost estimation in 5D BIM is not just about assigning the price tag. It's about bringing the precision and efficiency to the forefront of the project planning. So we achieve this by assigning the cost to the quantity that are derived directly from our model. So, but where does the cost come from? So they can be based on the predefined cost rate or customized cost database, such as using the entry C that are adapted to the specific project need. So now try to think about the component of the building. So each beam, the window, the pipe are more than just a physical structure. It is the cost factor. So in the 5D BIM, we associate this cost with the specific component in the 3D model. It means that we can generate the cost estimate for the entire project, or we can zoom in on the specific element. So can you imagine the level of detail and control that 5D BIM gives to us? So with the precise cost estimation, we can make the informed decision. Of course, I believe we can anticipate the potential financial pitfall, and also we can adjust our strategy accordingly. And the next one is the cost control, cost tracking and control. So traditionally, tracking and controlling the cost has been a challenge, but with the 5D BIM, we have the dynamic tool. So this innovative approach integrate the cost calculation directly with the 3D model to ensure that any changes to the design or the associated cost data are automatically updated. So imagine that we're able to monitor the cost deviation as they are happen, and we can compare the actual expenditure against our initial estimate, and then we can implement the corrective method from the. So this level of control is very crucial, right? So the implication is it can lower the chance of error, and we can have more effective financial management strategy. And I believe that everyone here face the unexpected cost overrun in the project, right? So it is common issue, but with the 5D BIM, it's provide us with the insight to take the preventive measure. And by offering the insight into the project costs at the various stages, I believe that we can anticipate and mitigate the risk before they can escalate. So, okay, the next one, I want to share a case study that I found interesting, and I want to share it with you guys. So the reason I want to share because to show that how the 5D BIM is truly implemented in the construction cost management by presenting the real life example. So this will allow us to learn about the 5D BIM. So this case study focus on the building project that involve a structure with a 4 level above the ground and basement level. And the structure of the B model include various elements such as the slab, wall, column, and so on. So the software utilized in this case study are the ArchiCAD for the B model and the site open beam quantity for the cost linkage. Okay, now I will explain what are they are doing in this case study. What are the process? So the first one is they do the parametric modeling in the BIM. So parametric modeling involve creating a detailed digital representation of a building with specific parameter for the each element. So in this case study, they use the ArchiCAD to generate the parametric model of the building structure. So the detailed element like the reinforced concrete structure were modeled with the specific parameters such as what are the material type, what are section dimension, and others. So the next one is in the ArchiCAD, the properties were managed and parameterized to generate the cost and description necessary for the cost database. So different category for the quantity were created to ensure that each parametric element was automatically assigned the appropriate properties based on its qualification. And after they complete all the BIM model, all the parametric model, with all the description. Next, they exported the BIM model as the IFC file, Industry Foundation Clusters file, IFC, to ensure that the compatibility with the other software tool. So the exported IFC file also, they reviewed it first. They review to ensure that the cost data structure and the categorization is correct. And what they do next is, then they will use the open beam site open beam quantity software to link the structure beam model to the budget item. So in the site open BIM quantity, they will use a rule-based system to identify the BIM element by the characteristic, such as the classification, the material, the geometry. So this all to ensure the consistency in the cost relationship between the software, between the BIM model and also between the cost management software. And lastly, when all have been linked, the unit extracted from the BIM model will automatically link to the cost database. So this automatically link will enable the automatic generation of the budget. So this kind of linkage reduce the manual effort and minimize the error in the budget creation. So in the OpenBIM site OpenBIM software also, they created a detailed cost database of the item to help the automatic connection of this item with the corresponding element in the BIM model. So let's say if you guys are interested in this site OpenBIM quantity, you can book a demo on our BCISM website later. And next, okay, what we can learn from the case study that I show. The first one is by automatically linking the BIM element to the budget item, we can significantly reduce the error and inaccuracy that are common in the manual quantification and cost management. So imagine the headache that we can avoid by minimizing the human error. So the next one is one of the significant benefit is the time saving. So the automated generation of the budget can save significant time and effort, and it allow us to be more efficient for the project planning and management. And the next one is the structured and parameterized data within the BIM model can ensure that all the elements are correctly interpreted and utilized by the cost management software. So this can maintain the data integrity throughout the project lifecycle. And the next one is by following the classification standard or systematic data management practice, you can ensure the consistency and also the data handling across different stage of the project. So standardization is the key to the efficiency and reliability. And the last one is by using the open BIM environment, it can promote better interoperability and collaboration among the different stakeholders. So I believe that this can enhance the overall workflow and ensure that everybody is on the same page. So now we go to what are the challenge in the 5D BIM that I can share with you guys. So the first one is about the data integration and interoperability. So interoperability is the ability of two or more systems to interact and exchange the data according to a set of common rules. So it is critical in the BIM system as it enables the data sharing between the different stage and stakeholders that are involved in the life cycle of the building. And on the other hand, the data integration is a process where we combining and centralize the data from different sources by following the standard practice. So BIM require the coordination of various type of data, such as the geometric data, the descriptive data, the relational data, and so on, that are extracted from different tools and systems. Yet, the consistency of the data exchange process protocol between the different software application, these are the ones that affect the interoperability. But still, various successful commercial solution also has enabled the data interchange. For example, like in the case study, they are using the IFC file, where the IFC file can define the project-oriented data model for describing the building and the infrastructure. And the IFC file also can offer the natural approach towards the unified platform for the analysis and also for the assessment. And for the challenge, one of the fundamental thing that I think a challenge is how BIM can easily apply with the standard method of measurement that are used by the QS. Yeah, so I think that's one of the fundamental gap. And if you look, there are successful integration of the BIM with other technology also, such as BIM with the GIS, with the RFID, with the GPS, smartphone, robotic. So this demonstrate how the data integration and interoperability actually can enable the best benefit in the construction application. And so the next one is about the resource and the skill requirement. And when we talk about the BIM, I believe that one of the challenge will be the high cost. Yeah, because implementing the 5D BIM require a robust set of resources, including the hardware, the software, and also the skill stuff. So this kind of thing can be very challenging, especially for the smaller or medium organization or with those with the tight budget. So it's like we're trying to bake a cake without the proper equipment. So it's going to be a tough and messy job. So actually to fully harness the benefit of BIM, investing in the correct software, correct hardware, and network infrastructure is very crucial. So this is the building block for the successful BIM adoption. And also the success of the BIM implementation also depends on the competency of the BIM operator, the project manager, the stakeholder, and so on. So all of them must work harmoniously throughout the construction life cycle. And of course, the QS also play the crucial role in this five-limb process. So nowadays, I believe that QS need a skill in various software application and the database that are related to the BIM. So they must develop the skill or the ability to extract the data from multiple sources and generate the meaning of the cost information. So the next challenge is about the change management. So introducing the 5D BIM into the established workflow, I believe it's require significant changes in how the project team operate and think. So this shift not just about adopting the new technology, but about transforming our entire approach to the construction project. So to ensure the smooth transition, a comprehensive change management strategy is actually essential. So this will involve documenting the existing workflow, identifying what are the gaps, and creating the clear roadmap for the transition. So adopting the BIM require restructuring the existing process and redefining the role and the responsibility. So yeah, this transformation is necessary to fully leverage the benefit of the BIM in the construction industry. So also the several factors also influence the change management in the construction, and one of the factor that I think is the organization culture and its willingness to change, to embrace the management responsibility that are needed for the BIM. And another one is the alignment of the organization vision and strategy with the BIM objective. And what are the expected return of investment that are they expect. So, okay, the next one is how do we get there? So the first one is, why is it important to involve the cost professional early in the project? So when the QS, the cost estimator, and the design team collaborate from the beginning, they can ensure that the precise cost information is integrated into the BIM model right from the start. So the early involvement is crucial for the effective cost management because the designer must create the suitable 3D model that the construction team can check for the clashes and discrepancy. So this proactive approach can help to prevent costly error later on. So as I mentioned before, QS play a crucial role in the 5D BIM. So during the early stage of the project, they can review what are the alternative design and make the decision using the approximate quantity or cost that are extracted from different or from previous 3D model. So the next one is about the standardization of the cost data and workflow. So standardization is a process that involves the use of the uniform data structure for us to record and analyze the cost data, including the material, labor, machinery, equipment. So by integrating the standardized cost data, the workflow, the template into the 3D model, we can streamline the cost data integration process as we see in the case study. And the adoption of the industry standard and classification system, I believe this will provide the common language for the project participant and can simplifying the communication and comparison of the cost information across the different project. And by integrating the standardized code set into the model and automating the repetitive repetitive tasks, we can achieve the consistency and efficiency. So this standardization should extend to the bill of the quantity or the BQ, which are used for the cost estimation and measurement. So I think the standardized BQ that are developed from the uniform set or uniform code can reduce the chance of error and discrepancy during the tendering process. So the next one is collaboration and communication platform. So the beginning of the collaborative BIM platform has enabled the smooth information sharing and coordination among the project stakeholders. So in the past, the QS had to manually review the revised documentation to identify the changes. So now with the 5D BIM, I believe that we can conduct the real-time meeting to discuss the design, the cost changes, so we can promoting the transparency and efficiency. So it's like we want to build the Lego set with our friend, but without the instruction manual. So it is chaos, right? So that's what the BIM help us to avoid. So the BIM model serves as the common platform for the collaboration. So it's integrating the design and the construction team more closely. So the visual aids in the BIM software make the model accessible to everyone, even those without the professional training. So the BIM model can act as the boundary object, helping the people from different professional background to engage in the meaningful conservation. So this representation of information can enable the effective collaboration even with the people with the different perspective. And the next one is, of course, we need continuous training and knowledge sharing. So the successful adoption and implementing of the 5D BIM in the construction industry depend on highly skilled and knowledgeable project team. So continuous training and professional development opportunity are very crucial for the successful project delivery. So BIM is rapidly evolving and the construction industry must keep up with this development to stay competitive. So the ongoing training will help to fill the knowledge gap, to promote the understanding of the BIM concept, to keep the employees up to date with the latest software and technology. So organization can introduce the BIM through various training methods, such as maybe some prefer in-house training, while others might prefer to engage with the external provider, with the university or with the industry partner. And also the knowledge sharing is a key component for the BIM training. So it can happen within the organization, between different organization, or even the cross industry. So the regular meeting, the webinar or the conference are the great way to share the experience and the best practice. And promoting the culture of knowledge sharing among the team member through meeting, the workshop and session can help everyone to keep learning. So this can enhance the overall skill of the team and of course can make the better project outcome. So the next one is what are the future. So now we try to explore what are the future in the 5D BIM. So the first one is the integration with the artificial intelligence, the AI. So the AI can use the smart algorithm to analyze the historical data and predict the future trend. So So AI doesn't stop at the cost management. So this algorithm actually also can process a huge amount of data from the B model. So it can help us to identify what are the pattern and the trend that might be missed by the human analysis. So also by using the machine learning, also we can predict what are the future outcome based on the historical data. For example, the Google AI can actually analyze 100 million image in just a few hours. Okay. So the next one is on the cloud-based collaboration and data management. And the future also fall on the mobile and the on-site application. And the next one is the Internet of Things. So the Internet of Things is about we connecting the physical device and object to the internet. So we can allow them to communicate and share the data. So this technology is making wave in many industry, including the construction. And one of the exciting application of the IoT or Internet of Things in the construction is about the wearable technology. I read this, I think from the China construction industry where they have the device that can track the location and the movement of the worker, so they can monitor the safety and they can boost the productivity of their worker. For example, the wearable device can alert the supervisor if the worker fall or the worker is get injured, so the supervisor can get the immediate response. Yeah. And the next thing is big data analytic. So big data analytic involve about the large and complex data set to uncover the pattern, the trend, and the valuable insight. So yeah, so the next one is so the summary. So to summarize, the implementation of the 5D BIM can provide valuable advantage in terms of cost management, as it allows for the smooth integration of the cost-related data into the digital model. And the significance of the 5D BIM in enhanced cost estimation, enhance the cost tracking and control, and also promoting the collaboration and communication among the project stakeholders. And the implementation of the 5D BIM in the cost management also can present some challenges, like I said, including the need for the effective data integration and interoperability, sufficient resources and skill, and careful change management. And it's also important to consider in implementing what are the best practice to address this challenge. So this involves the effective collaboration of the cross professional, standardized workflow, utilize the collaborative platform, and we need to promote the continuous training and knowledge sharing. And it's also important to acknowledge that there are many exciting possibilities for the future of the 5D BIM in the cost management. And like I mentioned before, the integration of the AI, the cloud-based collaboration, and the mobile application are some of the emerging trends that are expected to enhance the capability of the 5D BIM. And the emergence of the Internet of Things, the big data analytic also can present the exciting view for enhance the cost management process and to gain the insightful knowledge. And yeah, with that, I would like to say thank you for listening. And lastly, so this is our social media. So feel free to follow us in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. But we are actively in the LinkedIn, so please follow our LinkedIn for the latest information. So with that, I pass back to the moderator. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Akim, for the insightful presentation. I would like to take a few minutes to summarize today's key takeaways. BIM is a transformative technology in construction, offering detailed digital representation of facilities, Beyond 3D modeling, it includes time that is 4D, cost, 5D, sustainability, 6D, and facility management, 7D. Introduced to Malaysia in 2007, BIM improved project visualization, real-time cost management, and quantity takeoff platform. A platform like BCSM and N3C provide essential cost information. Despite its benefit, BIM faces challenges such as a high resource needs and a demand for skilled professionals. Effective BIM use enhances collaborations and sustainability, but overcoming these challenges is crucial for its potential to to achieve the full potential. So I heard anyway, just an info. I'm not sure that when they get announced or whether they have announced that by 1st of August this year, that is in a month time, that all project in Malaysia must use BIM. There's no more like project more than 10 millions or stuff. As long as it is new project, you have to implement BIM. This is the directive of our Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim himself. This is the latest news I got few days back. Okay, now Belle, shall we do the Kahoot first or shall we go through the moderator question? Okay, I think I'll just go with the Q&A first. I have a few questions here, Akim. How does the integration of cost data in 5D BIM enhance decision making and project management compared to traditional method?
Okay, thank you for the question. So the integration of the cost data in the 5D BIM, like I mentioned in the presentations, will allow for the real-time cost estimation and tracking. So this kind of thing can significantly enhance the decision making and the project management. So if we see the traditional method, they are actually rely on the manual update and the static data. So this kind of thing actually, I believe that it can lead to the delay, and with the 5D BIM, any changes in the design can immediately reflected in the cost estimate. So we can make more precise budget planning. And this dynamic approach also can help to identify what are the potential cost overrun early, and we can do some corrective action, and yeah, of course we can improve the project management process by using the 5D BIM. So the next question, any other question?
I think
Oh,
I
sorry.
have. Yeah.
What are the roles? What roles do platforms like BCISM and the N3C portal play in supporting BIM implementation, and how do they benefit the construction industry?
Okay, so the BCISM and the N3C portal play the important role in supporting the BIM by providing the essential cost information and indices. So like in the slide, the N3C, like I said, is supply the up-to-date pricing information for the building material, for the labor wage rate and machinery and so on. So I believe that all this kind of data is critical for the cost estimation in the BIM. So by we providing the accessible cost information, I believe that this kind of platform can contribute to increase the trust and collaboration among the project stakeholder.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I have two more questions for you, Akim. N- the next one will be, how can the use of real-time cost data and automated quantity takeoff in 5D BIM prevent cost overruns and improve project efficiency?
Okay, with the real-time cost data and automatic quantity takeoff in the 5D BIM can prevent the cost overrun by we providing the accurate and we providing the up-to-date cost estimate throughout the project lifecycle. So for the automatic quantity takeoff, we can ensure the precise calculation of the material quantity, and we can, like I said, reduce the human error and so on. So the real-time visibility into the cost will allow the project manager to make the decision quickly and to adjust the budget as needed. So we can avoid unexpected expense or cost overrun. And the efficiency that we gain from the automatic process also can reduce the time that are required for the manual calculation, and we can make the project complete faster. Yep.
Okay. Last question for you today. And for those who gave the question in the chat box, we will compile and we will email you all the answers. And yes, we will share the slides as well. Okay, last one, Akim.
Okay.
What future technologies such as AI and IoT could further revolutionize 5D BIM, and what impact might they have on cost management in construction projects?
So, in my opinion, the future technology like the AI, the IoT have the potential to revolutionize the 5D BIM. So, by enhancing the data analysis and the real-time monitoring. So, if you see, uh, the AI can actually analyze the historical cost data. So, by using the AI, we can try to predict the future trend, and we can provide to our team more accurate cost estimate. So it also, by using the AI also, we can actually, I believe it can identify what are the potential risks, and we also can get the suggestion for the mitigation. So, and for the IoT device, uh, like I said, the RFID and all the thing can collect the real-time data. So it also can see what are the equipment performance, the environmental condition in the site. Also provide the insight for the optimizing the cost and improving the efficiency. So the integration of this technology with the 5D BIM, I believe it can lead to more proactive and data-driven cost management, and we can reduce any wastage, and of course, ultimately, we can improve overall project outcomes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Akim. That is quite insightful. So shall we move to our our quiz, our interactive session? Okay. The winner for this, they will win a 3 month subscription for premier account of Entry C. Okay, I think we shall begin the Kahoot. Okay, so for Kahoot, the participant rules, you have to open your camera and ready to scan. I hope you are doing it in a bit. Scan the QR code to enter the website, and then input your full name and click OK. Next, you wait for the game to start. pay attention to the question that will appear on the screen or on your phone. You only have 30 seconds to read and answer each question. You snooze, you lose. So enjoy the game. Belle? Yeah.
Okay, we have the QR code. So if everyone could scan the QR and enter your name, and we will wait for the players to register. Okay, another 20 seconds for people to register, and then we will start soon. Okay, I think everyone has registered. Okay, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. What is BIM? So you have 30 seconds to answer. Fifteen seconds left. Okay. Okay, so the answer is a platform capturing details of construction projects in 3D model. So let's see who's in first place. We have Dina. So, okay. Ready for the second question? What does 5D BIM integrates into the 3D model? Okay, will it be material types, environmental data, time and cost data, or safety protocols? So you have 10 seconds to answer. 3, 2, 1. Okay. And the answer is time and cost data. So let's see who got this round. Oh, we have ASZ. Okay, so he's first place currently with Outfit Roadway in second and Aruf Fag on third place. So let's go to the next question. What is the primary function of the cost database in 5D BIM? So 30 seconds. Is it design approval, real-time cost estimation and management, marketing construction projects, or training construction workers? So there's only one answer, so do choose wisely. 10 seconds to go. Okay, so the correct answer will be real-time cost estimation and management. Everyone got it correct except for one. So let's see who got the first or who's in the lead. ASZ is in the lead. Okay. So next question, fourth question. What does N3C stands for? Who remember? Is it National Construction Cost Center, National Cost Control Center, Network Construction Collaboration Center, or New Construction Collaboration Center? So if you remember, then okay, what's the answer? Oh, the answer is National Construction Cost Center. So we have 28 got it right and the rest got it wrong. So let's see who's in first place now. Okay, now we have Alif Roadway with 3,000 points, 3,789 points. Okay, next question, fifth question. We're halfway there. What are the main products provided by N3C portal? Is it construction blueprint, building material price, labor wage rates and machinery hire rates, marketing strategies, or employee training programs? Okay. Okay, 5 seconds to go. Okay, we got 62 people got it right. Building material price, labor wage rates, and machinery hire rates. So let's see who got first place. Still Alif Roadway with 4,744 points. Okay, let's see if anyone can beat him in the next round. Sixth question. What is one of the challenges in implementing 5D BIM mentioned in the webinar? So is it the lack of project design, low software costs, high resource and skill requirements, or abundance of skilled personnel? Okay. 5 seconds to go. Okay, so let's see who got this round. Still Alif Roadway leading for this question. Let's see the next question. What is a key factor for success 5D BIM implementation according to the webinar? Is it ignoring cost professional, involvement of cost professional early in the projects, delaying project planning, or reducing team communication? Okay, 15 seconds to go. Well, you guys are quick to answer. Okay, so the answer is involvement of cost professional early in the projects. Let's see. Okay, we have Alif Roadway at 6,620 points. Okay, let's see the next question. What is the purpose of the N3C portal? So is it to provide up-to-date data pricing and index for construction costs, to offer design templates, to sell construction materials, or is it to hire construction workers? So what is the answer? We have 10 seconds to go. All right. So everyone, the answer is to provide up-to-date pricing and index for construction costs. So let's see. First place, yep, still Alif Roadway. So what does the acronym BCISM stands for? So let's see, what are you guys' answer? Ah, The answer is Building Cost Information Service Malaysia. So I'm surprised a lot of people got that wrong. So there's 32 who got it right. 28 only got it right, sorry. So who's in the first lead? Oh, okay. Arau Fag at 8,000 points. Okay, let's see next. The last question, what does 7 BIM primarily focus on? Okay, so is it the construction timeline, project costs, facility management and maintenance, or material sourcing? Okay, what will the answer be? Okay, so the correct answer is facility management and maintenance. So 41 got it right. Let's see who is the winner. So at third place, we have Adrian. Second place, we have Olive Roadway. And the first place goes to Dina. Congratulations, Dina. So our team will reach out to you for your prize for today. So thank you everyone for participating in our Kahoot session. So we'll pass the floor back to Edna. Okay, one moment. Okay, Edna? Yeah, I believe Edna got disconnected. So it's okay. Uh, Moving on, for the certificate giving ceremony, I would like, on behalf of PCSS, we would like to present the certificate to our guest speaker for today, Muhammad Ahmad Akim bin Muhammad Said, for being the guest speaker, and also to TS Edna Safawi for being the moderator for today's session. So thank you so much. Okay, next we have our photo taking session. So, to the participants, to the attendees, if you can kindly open your camera, we will take a short group photo. So if we can all open our cameras. Okay, is everyone ready? All right, can see everyone's faces now. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, we'll take one more, yeah? One moment. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, very nice. Okay, with that being said, do scan the QR for attendance for today so everyone can get their certificates. Only people who uh, scan and fill in the attendance are eligible for the certificate for today, for today's webinar. So do scan. I will also include it in the link in the chat box. So don't worry. Okay, next. So that's all for our webinar for today. I would thank you, Mr. Akim and TS Edna for joining us and being a guest speaker on behalf of BCISM. Thank you so much. So hopefully, any last words, Mr. Akim, from your side?
That's all.
I see. Okay, all right. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Okay, so do contact us if you have any details. You can email us at sales@pcss.com.my or contact us through the number on the screen. And also, just a few announcement. PCSS, we will have our digital construction showcase on the 25th of July. It will be in Miri this time. So who's interested in joining our showcase, you can scan to register. The QR is on the screen. So, or if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us through our social media platform through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, or you can visit our website as well. Anyone interested in the synchro training, do let us know as well. And we also have our upcoming Star PMP bootcamp, which is on the 2nd to the 5th of July. So other than that, we have our project management training in Primavera, and also yeah, that's it. You do follow us on LinkedIn if you are interested to know more about our upcoming events. We update there regularly. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Uh, this ends our session today. So thank you very much and goodbye. See you all soon.
I think it's only right that Sarawak must have this archive. Very, very important because we have a long history
purpose of the archive is the conservation of documents for future information, not just for now.
The Right Honorable Chief Minister of Sarawak, accompanied by Chairman of Pustaka Negeri Sarawak, for a virtual tour on stage.
So this archive, they can also work with the museum. The architecture of this building is friendly to environment. People say the present is determined by the past and the future will be determined by the present.